What's up guys and welcome back to On the Brick and welcome to May. Why is that important? It's just my birthday month, that's literally it. And to start off May, I thought I would go ahead and share a nice little diorama mock that I found. A short while back, I showed off a very similar build with the Anakin Obi-Wan Mustafar fight, and just like that one, I don't know if there is an original designer for this, and if there is, who that is. My admittedly short search found many similar but ultimately quite different builds, so if there is an original designer for this, please let me know in the comments down below. And while you're down there, consider hitting that like button and subscribing for future awesome mocks like this one, because this time around I have the quote-unquote rematch of the century between Obi-Wan and Darth Vader at the end of the Kenobi show. The show certainly had its flaws, but don't let Reva running for 10 minutes just to not catch up and trying to hide under a trench coat in an Imperial base distract you from what was ultimately an emotional story. If you haven't seen the show, then oops. But if you have, then you recognize this moment, which takes place near the end of the duel as Obi-Wan has rekindled his connection to the Force and is throwing rocks at Darth Vader. I love mocks like this because of the simplicity and the definition of them. There's nothing too extravagant going on here. There's no illegal building techniques or really weird angles. It's an incredibly simple build that literally anyone can do with some cool ideas to get the scene across, but ultimately its one purpose is just to get the scene across, to remind you of a moment in a show. This isn't really meant to be played with, it's not meant to be put on a stand, it's literally just to say, hey, here is that moment captured in Lego form, and I think it does it very well. Yes, unfortunately, this does have quite the lack of color, which is accurate to the show. This top-down shot is not monochrome, everything here really is just shades of gray. But that doesn't mean there are no details. There are these various mountains and hills, the big mountain of course being on the back of this where Darth Vader stands, and then there are some smaller hills on either side as well. But of course, one of the key defining features of this scene has to be the floating rocks. There are 5 in total. I believe that there are 3 of one kind and 2 of another kind, meaning that they are not all unique, but they are still different enough, and well, I mean, it's Lego, so it doesn't really matter that much. It gets the point across. 3 of them are sitting on clear antenna pieces, and then the other 2 on those clear round 1x1 bricks. And it tells the illusion extremely well. I think everyone here gets exactly what's happening in the scene, even if you don't have the characters in there. But you can have the characters in there. There are 2 very distinct spots for them, the first being Darth Vader here, and then exactly opposite of him is where you can put Obi-Wan. And this is where the brilliance of this mock comes in, as just like in the show, the color is immediately brought back in just the characters, bringing your eye and your focus back to them, which is the whole point. There doesn't need to be anything big here. There doesn't need to be anything flashy or extravagant. This is a moment between 2 lifelong friends, now turned enemies. Now, there are some very minor flaws with this build, the first and biggest being that some of these rocks just have trouble staying on. It's quite easy to knock them over. And the second is that I really would have loved to see a broken helmet on Darth Vader instead of just this normal one. Sure, it probably wouldn't be entirely accurate to the scene, but I mean, come on, it would look cool. Overall, for only about like 20 bucks, this is a really great build and one that I really did enjoy. And honestly, I think it fits in line with the newer display builds that Lego themselves are releasing, like with the throne room for instance. But of course, I would love to know your thoughts in the comments down below. Remember to like this video if you liked what you saw, and subscribe for future awesome builds, including a 7,000 piece build that's going to be coming up relatively soon. Once again, I would like to thank you all for your continued support and for helping make videos like this one possible. Thank you guys so much, and especially to all my patrons like Shiny Mimikyu. One more time, thank you, and I'll see you in the next one.